Ani, Kenny Pheasant again. Welcome to our show, Endaying. Okay, this is going to be another series of videos on about one topic. Okay, and the topic is ceremonies. Okay, they're how we say ceremony in our language is manado kewin, manado kewin. Okay. Now, the plural, ceremonies, manado kewinan is how we say that, okay? So we're going to be talking about 4 different ceremonies, okay? This particular video, we're going to be talking about naming, okay? Nozwin kewin, okay? That's what we want to talk about. Now, so we would, after our children were born, we would give them names, cute names, okay? Little bear, mkons, maingas, little young wolf, different things like that. We would name our children these, okay? When they got old enough, when they're coming into adolescent, then the young people are encouraged to seek their spirit name. Okay. Now we have driver's license with our names on it. Okay, that's our physical names, but we're talking about a spirit name, one that for your spirit that you can use in your prayers, and when you're introducing yourself, different things like that. So you're encouraged, okay? And there's a difference between the male and the female about the names, okay? You always say kwe at the end for the female. The men you don't. And it's not. Some people think, oh, that's easy to do that. It isn't, okay? Because the spirit of that person has to fit the name perfectly, or the name has to fit the spirit perfectly. And sometimes fasting is required. Kadekewin. So sometimes that's and some people seek dreams. Now, that was very popular when I was turning into a teenager, about seeking dreams. And so I don't know how much of that is done anymore, but when I was younger, that was very, very popular to do that, okay, to seek out your spirit name. Some people, we encourage them to build a fire, and you sit by that fire, because a fire is our connection to the spirit world. So sometimes that's the way to do it. Build a fire, sit by it, think, meditate, pray, and so there are different things like that. Now, here's another thing. Spirit names are not nicknames. I get people ask me, so, would you give my daughter a spirit name? Would you give my son a spirit name? Okay, then I ask them different things, what season they were born, because that all ties into what you're trying to give that person. What season they were born, did they like animals, birds, certain things, plants, whatever. It always helps with getting that name. Now, once you get that name, use that name. Don't shorten it. 9 times out of 10, you guys, you shorten the name, okay? That's not the way to do it. You're given that name for a purpose, for your spirit, and to use it, okay, in a good way. And so they're not nicknames. Don't abbreviate, okay? Don't abbreviate the name. Oh, that's too long. So they shorten it up. Well, then it's not a spirit name anymore. Once you do that to it, it's not a spirit name anymore. And now, okay, here's another thing. Don't call me or email me and ask me how to say a certain word. Okay. Now, this actually happened one time at the language camp. Okay. This woman emails me and asked me how to say, I forget what the name of it was now, But it was beautiful. She asked me how to write it and how to say it and everything, so I did it for her. And then she comes around at language camp, and of course, she introduces herself in that name, and people asked her, "Who gave you that name?" She said, "Kenny Pheasant did." I didn't. I only translated what she was asking. Okay, so I don't want you guys to trick me into giving you a trick spirit name. I won't do it. I won't do it anymore. Okay. Now here's another thing. People ask me, "Oh, I forgot how to say my name. I forgot how to say it. Can you tell me how to say whatever it is?" Then I tell them. But here's what I do when I give a spirit name to somebody. Doesn't matter if it's a child, adolescent, a grown-up, whoever. Okay, I teach them that they should introduce themselves to the world using that name. First thing in the morning, go through the 4 seasons. If you get your name in the summertime, okay, you got to go say your name all the rest of that season into the next season, the season after that, and so the whole year goes by where you have introduced yourself to the day by using your spirit name. And that's how you don't forget it. Okay? Don't forget it. Now, for the children, the little babies that receive their spirit name, it's the parents' job to introduce that child to the world, to the day of that little person's name, whether it be a little girl or a little boy. So that's mainly what naming. I could go into other specifics, give you examples and stuff like that, but I'll do that as we go along. I just wanted to bring this, that we have this, and just about every year at our camp, somebody comes along and asks for a naming. And this happened one time. A lady asked me, "Would you help me get my spirit name?" So I did my thing, prayed, and when the names came, two names came. Now that's never happened before. And so I thought, okay, I have a choice, I guess. So I gave the woman her spirit name, and then at language camp, this woman shows up, hands me some sema, and said, "I have traveled many miles to be here this weekend, but I have prayed for a spirit name for a long time." She was a young woman, probably in her 20s. And I met her dad, and her dad said, she's very sincere about this. So I took the sema, and I went somewhere by myself, spoke to the Creator, and it's like, I gave you a name already, the second name. And I thought, okay, that's why I got the second name. So I put the sema down, and the next day I approached the girl, and she was ready. She had a dress on, she had her jewelry on, and she was ready. So we did the little ceremony and gave her the instructions that she's got to introduce herself to the day every morning. And sure enough, about 2 weeks after language camp, I got an email saying, "I almost forgot." But she did, and she's still doing it, okay? And it's a wonderful piece of our culture that is non-threatening, I guess. I don't know. It's nice. It's nice to have that nice ceremony, Mnido Kewin, and this one is called Noswin Kewin. Okay, that's all I have about this right now. So next time I talk about it, maybe we'll go into a little more in-depth about it. So if you have any questions about it, whatever, you know how to get a hold of me. Kenny Pheasant signing off from our show Endying. We'll see you next time. No, I won't see you. You'll see me. Amigwech. Wingezik sana.